Good evening. It's bedtime and I'm bored, so I thought I'd make a little video on this. It's called Tsars Rothschild Banking Group Limited, and its registered address is really quite spooky because it involves a man called Stalin, 9 Allies House, 105 Brook Road, London, Northwest 27BZ. Do you remember Stalin? He had a big moustache like me, and he was alleged to be a bad guy, like a lot of the things that are levelled at me. And the Allies fought on the same side in wartime, and the war was only stopped at the Russian front by the gods, and I'm ever so grateful to them for that. This is the man that defrauded Hearts Football Club, the Romanov. Let's see if we can find a picture of him again. We do it quite a lot now. These are the Romanovs that were alleged to be murdered ruthlessly by the Rothschild family in Andrew Carrington Hitchcock's descriptions of the Rothschild family history. I'm not sure how this one slipped under the net into the Allied team and into the submarine and into Gorgie Road in Edinburgh, but he did it quite efficiently. And his regulators are in the Lithuanian Central Bank. Let's see, Tsar killings. Yeah, they are. The whole family was gunned down. Really tragic. And they were Jews what did it in that story, and the Rothschilds may not be Jews at all, because nothing that we hear about them is very accurate, and they're really ever so clever. Let's look for Romanov Hearts Football Club. There he is. He's got a fish in his hand, pretending it's a telephone, like the lobster joke, and the fish is the penis. And he's got vegetation up his nose because he thinks he's really funny. And he's got the Rothschild's yellow submarine on his lapel because he's a member of their mafia families. Yeah, and he's got, it's alleged in these images, a tattoo of Heart Midlothian on his back. It's quite sad when you see the war memorial where all of the Heart of Midlothian players actually died for their country in the Allied armies. They never get a mention in dispatches now, but these bastards get to steal from the world with impunity from prosecution. That's the Gorgie police. Yeah. Right then, what else can I show you? There's the Hearts Football Club in all its greatness. Yeah. And there's the Vladimir Romanov label, likely launched after we discovered him on the earlier interlock with the Rothschilds, where his middle name is actually a Rothschild. Right then. Let's have a look at the corporate details just in case. So, directors and secretaries. Tsars Rothschild Banking Group Limited is run by 2 directors. Directory and secretary are extracted from the annual returns submitted to Companies House. So you've got Alya Rothschild Romanov, Tsar Nicholas Nikolaevich Romanov, and Miss Mahira Rothschild Romanov. So, Holy Trinity out there in Russia. And let's have a look and see if any of them are in those pop bands. I forget what you Pussy Riot. Alya may well be in Pussy Riot because the whole thing is a joke, which is why he brought his submarine with him. Right then, she's been appointed since 2007 when we were still in New Zealand, and the Rothschild Trust out of Auckland was still doing really well beyond detection by anyone. And there were all sorts of folk from China in suitcases floating in the harbour, but now I realise how that works. Right then, Alya Rothschild Romanov. Yep, they're all at Allies' house. Zippo cash at the bank. Maybe that's because Stalin was gifted it all, but I very much doubt it. Right then, and the Tsar guy, Tsar Rothschild Nikolaevich Romanov, the giveaway is in the Rothschild in the middle. Yeah, was appointed also in 2007, and he has seven active companies. Right, let's see what they are. Born 1968. That may be correct. Director ID 911836071. Maybe one of his body doubles. Interest Free Bank Limited, still active. Tsar Rothschild Banking Group Limited, First Property Bank Limited, Interest Free Bank Limited, Fashion and Textiles Commercial Bank Limited, First Property Bank Limited, Fashion and Textiles Commercial Bank Limited. Poor guy has to work as secretary and director on the in the fashion and textiles industry. That's where Lord Sanderson of Bowden works some of the time, but he's old and frail and I want to treat him gently. Yeah. Right then, let's have a look at the interlocking directors with this very powerful Tsar. Interest Free Bank. Well, we've got Arabs. Khalfan Sahid Khalfan Al Mazrui, Mr. Nahim Gulzar. Next company is Tsar Rothschild Banking Group Limited, and we've got the same three usual suspects that we've just listed on the board of the parent company in the Allied Nations. First Property Bank Limited. Oh, we've got the Mazrui person again. Let's just see where he is or trades from. Ooh, they're all quite domesticated and tamed in London. Khalfan Said Khalfan Al Mazrui. He's a bit like the name of the guy that was persecuted for bringing down the Lockerbie plane second time around. Yeah, and all the remuneration of all of the victims of that, and the photos were ever so convincing. And we were travelling up the M6 that night, but we didn't see much happening. Right then, and I believe the man that was eventually convicted of that has since died of cancer. Interest Free Bank Limited, First Property Bank Limited. Okay, so he's only got 2 interests out of the 7. So these are maybe just little intimate family businesses. There's only one way to find out. First Property Bank Limited. Yeah, poor Romanov's working as the secretary and the director on that one too. Fashions and Textiles Commercial Bank Limited. Funny concept that stretches the imagination. Like Lyra Nycra, Tsar Rothschild Nikolaevich Romanov, Mr. Naim Gulzar. He's got 4 companies. Let's have a little adventure. Oh, he's in Brook Road too. I wonder if they have a panda. First Cricket Bank Limited. It's not cricket in Russia, is there? Allies House, 105 Brook Road, London. Nothing filed in the accounts. Let's see if they've got shareholdings. No shareholdings to declare. Since it became unfashionable to talk about in the defrauding of Rangers, with massive shareholding bungs paid to all the heavily remunerated directors already. So that's first cricket back. Where were we? Revenue Enhancement Company. Same address. Nothing filed for national security reasons across vast continents. It's right next to Wembley. I used to work in the hospital there, and the staff were ever so innocent, but some of them had yachts. And they had horrible problems with varicose veins, and I didn't like to think back at that period in my life. Oh, I cannot see anything other than the close family interests. Let's go back to where we were with the interlocks with the Tsar. Here we go. Fashion and textiles. Well, and that's the bottom one. So it said he had 7, but there's only 4 declared. Wee bit fishy. Maybe that's why he's holding the fish up. Anyway, I'm going to go and get some kip, because I've just been abused badly by some people that are still pining for the career of Mrs. Thatcher to be brought to justice, and they use the C word all of the time. And it's really embarrassing, and they've denounced me as a shill, and they have left my company. They're friends of John Patterson. That's the John Patterson that was very loyal to me until he began to share the jokes about Klaus Maswich and the folk in the death camps and the visit to the BBC, and he thinks it's ever so funny. Bye.